Hello ladies and gents, I'm the Rev, and today I'm going to bring you two comparisons of the top two card games that are now video games that are out there. First, we have Magic the Gathering 2014, the Planeswalker Edition. This bad boy is made by Stainless Steel Games and produced by Wizards of the Coast. Now, this game, just like the Blizzard game, is going to be having a major motion picture made from it. These guys have teamed up with Warner Brothers Studios, and here in the next year or so, we're going to be getting a game or a new movie from them, as well as a game, because Magic the Gathering, for the last 4 years, has consistently put out a new game each year that's better than the last. And then, basically they've been improving the video game aspects of it, the interfaces, to make sure that they're more smoother and things of this nature. And then, of course, we have Hearthstone from Blizzard, based on their World of Warcraft series and all the iterations that come from that. It is quite the incredible draw when it comes to story for them, which has always made me wonder why Blizzard didn't actually put any kind of story mode within Hearthstone, because Planeswalker, the Magic the Gathering 2014, definitely does have a story. In fact, in the modes, in the campaign, you actually have story, cutscenes, and all kinds of things. Now, the biggest other difference between these two titles, I want to get out of the way real quick, is that Magic the Gathering does cost $9.99 USD, or your regional equivalent, and Blizzard's Hearthstone doesn't. It's free to play, but we all know it takes time, effort to unlock anything in either one of these games, so you're looking at basically having to pay no matter what. It just depends on how quickly you want to get those things done. So we're going to take a look at the tutorials, game modes, and the deck builders just real quick, and then I'm going to give you 3 points on each game to see, maybe I can weigh your decision in one way or another. So let's get right to it and see how we do. Alrighty, so the way the tutorial works in Hearthstone is, what it does is it has you go to the basic decks here, and you have to beat this guy here 10 times, win 10 games before you can move on. Now, if you lose a couple, it takes more like 12 to 14. Same with this, and you work your way through the whole thing. So you're playing at least 100 games to begin with. That's their idea of a tutorial. There's no explanations, anything like that. That's their tutorial. For a card game. Alrighty, so the tutorials for Magic, there are two. First, you have a written on how to play. So it gives you a breakdown of all of the various magics, the types, different types of cards you're going to be using, sorceries, combat, blocking, all kinds of goodness. And then it moves to the advanced mode, which will then show you exactly how to block, trample, flying, reach, activate abilities, first strike, double strike, equipment, and all those other kinds of good things. Then there's their main tutorial. Now, how they do it is really easy, and unlike Blizzard, which just throws you in and kind of gives you tips but doesn't really help you that much, this will give you a full explanation. Every card you pull up, you look at it, it's very well done and very thorough, so that you understand the basics of the game, so that you can go from there in any of the other directions you wish to go. So again, there's the written form, and then there's play as you go with detailed instructions. So let's look at the modes in Hearthstone. You've got 4 basically. You've got the arena, which is pretty self-explanatory right here. Then you have your practice mode. Now, practice mode is pretty much the same thing as the tutorial, but you can play any of the races with basic decks. And then you have the in general multiplayer mode, which is casual, play for fun, or see how you stack up against other players. There you go. So a total of 4, count them, 4 modes in this multi-billion-dollar title from Blizzard. 4 modes in their card game where you have 30 cards that you build your deck from. Sorry, your deck has 30 cards. There's a lot more cards than that, but 30 cards is what you get to work with versus planes. It's 60 to 100 cards. So there you go. There are the modes. Alrighty, folks, so let's take a look at the Magic modes, the various game modes you get within this. So we'll start with single player. You got campaign, sealed play, challenges, custom game, and expansion. Now, each one of these is pretty extensive. This, you play, I think it's 6 games, beat whatever dude there is, and then move on to the various sections, and there's a whole story and everything involved within it. Sealed play is you have your default deck here that I think it gives you, and you basically just work your way through. You choose, you build your deck from the cards that you're given, and then work your way through. Right? Challenges, of course, these are just different types of challenges it gives you, and it's just better, once again, different ways to learn decks. Custom game, so you've got a free-for-all, 2-headed giant, and then of course expansion campaign, and then expansion challenges that goes along. So wow, that's just single player. Then multiplayer. Alright, you got create a match, pretty self-explanatory. Custom match, same thing. Quick match, same thing. All pretty self-explanatory. So when it comes to the modes, yes, this game actually costs a whole $9.99, and Hearthstone is free to play, but come on. 4 very narrow modes versus how many? Yeah, hands down, Magic wins this one. Alright, so let's take a look at the deck managers real quick. How you build your decks. Okay, so you can build all the various colors here. Obviously, you just unlock them, and you do that through gameplay. Hit your deck manager button, and here we go. Now, you have anywhere from 60 to 100 card decks that you can build, and you have multiple decks, cards that you can throw in here. They have a huge amount of cards, and this is just the red, and there's all those other colors, right? And it also helps you build. It'll help you build the deck. You got a couple of different options, so it works fantastic. Very extensive, but then what do you expect? This game has been around for 20 years. Alright, so let's take a look at the deck building mode. So we go into my collection, and let's see, let's throw away the rogue, and then let's make a new one. Choose. Okay, so this is how you basically build your decks. Now, you can do it yourself by putting these in, or you can have it suggest a card. Or you can just let it do it. Let's see what it builds. Oh yes. One of the worst cards in the game. Horrible card. Bad. Oh boy. Oh, that one's actually okay. Oh, bad. Wow. Wow. Okay. So if you want to make sure that you lose your games and you get pissed off and angry, use our deck builder. It'll make you mad. But then again, it depends also on what type of common cards you have, and that's what it's basing its deck builder off. I do not by any means have anywhere close to all of the cards. I refuse to spend any money on this game because I choose not to. So, there we go. That's how your basic deck builder works in Hearth. Okay, so here are a few reasons why I think Plains is fantastic. You have a 600 card pool to build your own decks for. No restrictions, unless of course there's a game mode that holds you into place. So you've got that. Now, if you're ready to really step up your complexity and the thought and the strategy that goes into the game, you definitely want to step up to the Planeswalker because that's just it. It's more complex, takes a lot more thought processes, and you really have to think about what you're doing. It's not a game you can just run through quickly. It's something that you're going to need to sit back, think about, and build your strategy to. And the other reason is basically the game will teach you how to play this in real life. So you don't only have to just play online, you can then build your own decks in real life and go about it that way, which is totally cool. So, Hearthstone is just complex enough to offer, a challenge, and yet at the same time, it's not so complex you have to do a massive amount of research. I mean, it's the kind of game you can jump on, start playing, enjoy your save, jump off, 15 minutes, you're done. Blizzard also, in case you're worried about the size of the game and cards and stuff, because it is limited to only 30 cards you can play right now. The fantastic part about Blizzard is that they're investing in this. Already they're doing promotions with Reaper of the Souls, and I can guarantee you in the next expansion that comes out, they'll put direct cards, into that. So we know that Blizzard's going to continue to grow the game. Plain simple. That's awesome. And then Blizzard's smartest aspect was bringing on a card game and using characters that people already knew about, right? So you're more comfortable. It's not nearly as intimidating as something like Magic the Gathering. So it gives you this opportunity to, have the comfortability to step into these card games, get a little bit of confidence, and maybe now you're ready to step up to Plains. Who knows? I feel like I am. Which, of course, brings me to my last bit, and that is, hopefully I have given you guys just enough information here to check out these just fun, incredible, addictive games. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, whether you've played both of them, whether you now want to, and if so, are you going to put time into it? What do you want to do? Also, let me know if you guys would like for me to do a playthrough of the Magic the Gathering game to get everybody set up here for the next one that's going to be coming out, because there will be a brand new game coming out here in a few months. So, thank you for watching. I'm the Rev. This has been my basic introduction to Hearthstone and Magic the Gathering, Planeswalker Edition. And I'll see you next time. If the gods don't take me first, or the wife.